Hello, Shalom Aleichem. Today we have a learning from a sefer called Tefila B'tzibur. Tefila B'tzibur, we'll turn to it in a minute, about the mitzvah of davening with a minyan for the tefillos that we daven. Is it a mitzvah or is it from the Torah, or is it a mitzvah of the chachamim, of the rabbis? So we'll take a look of the chashivas, the importance of davening b'tzibur with a minyan. Let's take a look at it right now. Okay, tefila b'tzibur. This is tefila b'tzibur. Cuntress tefila b'tzibur. Beirur halacha be'inyan tefila b'tzibur. The explanation of the halacha of learning of davening with the b'tzibur, with the congregation, with the olam, with the minyan. And this is by Reuven Chaim Shimon Halevi Steinberg, Brooklyn, New York. So let's take a look. Take a look at the first words. 1 minute. Let's see, there's Pesach Dover. Pesach Dover is the Hakdama, the Psicha. Here it is. Hine b'ma'alos tefila b'tzibur, the advantages of tefila b'tzibur, hifligu chazal b'zeh harbe. The Rabbanon had a lot of arguments about it. The Gemara Mevor, in the Gemara it says, Shehamispalal im hatzibur tefilaso ritzuya biyoter v'yesh lo segula miyuchedes li kabolas hatfilos. And the Rabbanan said that somebody that davens with the congregation, with a minyan of 10 in the shul, his tefillah is accepted. It's more accepted. And it's got more of a segula, it's got more of it's a segula that's it's something that's good about it, that miyuchedes, it's extra good. The kabbalas hatfilos, that Hashem will accept it even more than if just one davens by oneself. Kemosha Amru Chazal, like the Chachamim Zechronim Levracha, that the Chachamim of blessed memory said, Begemara Brachos Dav Ches, in the Gemara Brachos Dav Ches, Mai dechasiv ani tefilasi lecha Hashem eis ratzon. Why does it say, so ani tefilasi lecha Hashem eis ratzon, and I, my tefillah to you, Hashem eis ratzon, in the good time. Emosai eis ratzon, so in a favorable time. Emosai eis ratzon, when is it the favorable time, the good time? B'shor shatzibur mispalin, the time when the congregation are davening. So that's the eis ratzon, the good time. V'cholam alidei sham, and we can learn it over there. V'chein kasav haRambam. The Rambam said also the halacha, like in a way of the halacha, the din, halachos tefillah, perik ches, halacha aleph, v'zel shono. This is his language. Tefilas tzibur nishmoas tamid, v'afilu hayu bohen chatoim, ein HaKadosh Baruch Hu mo'es b'tfilason. The tefillah of the tzibur, of the congregation, is always heard, is always listened to by Hashem. Even if there were some sins, either that a certain person did, or that there were people that even if there's people that have They're chatoim, they have some sins, some averos. Ein HaKadosh Baruch Hu moes b'tfilason. Hashem does not reject their tefillah. Shel Rabbim, of people, of a lot of people, meaning 10, a minyan of 10. Lefikach tzorech ha'adam l'shatef atzmo im hatzibor. So therefore, a person should become like a partner with the tzibor, with the 10 people, of 10 yidden that are davening. But lo yispalel b'yochid, he shouldn't daven by himself. Is kol zman sheyochol lehispalel im hatzibor. Any time that he is able to daven with a tzibor, with a when it's possible for him to daven with a minyan, he shouldn't daven by himself, because then Hashem really accepts the tefillah. V'ayin b'Megala Amokos, it says in the Sefer Megala Amokos, Parshas Vayetze, Godel Koach Tefilas Tzibor Demiskabelas Gam B'midas Hadin. It's very great, is the strength of the tefillah of tzibur, of davening with a lot of people, with meaning a minyan of 10. The miskabelas gam b'midas hadin, that it's accepted, even b'midas hadin, by the strictest way. In other words, not only it's like even in a very strict way it's accepted. Mefarish bazeh v'ani tefilasi l'cho Hashem b'chulam. Hainu kishani b'yochid, and it's explaining this way. V'ani tefilasi l'cho Hashem. It said it over here. V'ani tefilasi l'cho Hashem. V'ani tefilasi l'cho Hashem eis ratzon. And I will daven to Hashem eis ratzon, the time of when it's accepted, the right time, the desired time. They must say eis ratzon. When is the desired time that Hashem listens, that Hashem really is accepted? B'shor shatzibur mispalin, in the time when the tzibur, the minyan is davening. That's, in other words, davening with a minyan. Or even if, let's say, one davens in the time that the minyan is davening, that's also a level of acceptance. In other words, one knows that the minyan davens 4 o'clock, whatever it is. So one cannot get to the minyan, so one tries to daven 4 o'clock, for example. Okay, so let's continue on. So this is like the Eis Tefillah, the time when the minyan is davening. In other words, one is mechavein, has in mind the tefillah of the tzibur, and it's like sort of in a way being mishtatev to that tefillah. Okay. Here. Umefarish b'zeh, v'ani tefilasi l'cho Hashem v'chulam. Hainu kishani b'yachid, when I am by myself. Oz lecha Hashem midas harachamim. When I am by myself, Oz lecha Hashem midas harachamim. Then Hashem, you have the attribute of rachamim, of mercy, that where you're accepting my tefillah. Aval eis ratzon dahainu kemashem espalel barabim. But eis ratzon is the desired time. Dahainu, this is kemashem espalel barabim, when one is davening barabim with a lot of people, meaning a minyan of 10. Sha'azu eis ratzon. Then it's a time of acceptance. Az Elokim berov chastecha anani sha'az afilu b'shem Elokim anani. So then it's not only rachamim. Then even when Hashem is in a midah of the midah of a strict midah, when it's Elokim is when Hashem is being strict, and Hashem, when it says Hashem, it's it says when Hashem has rachmanos, when Hashem is being merciful. So Eis Ratzon Az Elokim, when it's the time of Ratzon, of acceptance, Oz Elokim, then it's even Hashem always listens to us, but when we're with a minyan, he really, he of course always really, but this is even in a stricter way he can listen to us. V'rob chasdecha anani, with his great mercy, Anani will answer me. She'oz afilu b'shem Elokim anani, even the name of Elokim, of the stricter, the judgment, where we will be answered. So let's take a look at Chovas Hashtadlos Le'ispalel B'Tchilas Hashmona Esrei B'Tchilas Hashmona Esrei Im HaTzibur. Chovas Hashtadlos Le'ispalel, the obligation to try to daven B'Tchilas Hashmona Esrei, the beginning of the Shmona Esrei Im HaTzibur. Im tefila b'tzibur hu min haTorah o midrabanan. There's a question if the tefillah of the davening with the minyan is from the Torah or midrabanan or from the rabbis. Reishis yesh lodas im tefila b'tzibur hu mitzvah min haTorah o takanas chachamim. The first thing we should try to know is if the tefillah, the davening b'tzibur with the congregation, with the minyan, is a mitzvah from the Torah or takanas rabbanan or takanas chachamim, or from the chachamim, from the rabbis. V'yim timtza lomar zemin haTorah, if you say it's from the Torah, yesh ladas heichan matzanu kasuv zeb Torah. So we have to know where it says, where can we find this written in the Torah that it's a mitzvah to daven with the tzibur. Hini hamakor harishon shemotzinu Lashon mitzvah al tefila b'tzibur hu b'mesechet brachos. The first time where we find that it says it's a mitzvah of tefila b'tzibur is in Mesechtes Brachos, daf mem zayin. Maaseh b'Rabbi Eliezer shenichnas lebeis hakneses v'lo motza asora. There's a story of Rabbi Eliezer. So this is a story in that's Mesechet Brachos, Daf Mem Zayin, the 45th Daf, the 45th page. Ma'aseh Rabbi Eliezer, the story of Rabbi Eliezer. Shenichnas lebeis hakneses. He entered the Beis HaKnesses, the shul. V'lo motza asora. He did not find 10 a minyan. V'shecharar abdo v'shlimo la'asora. So what he did was he freed his slave, he freed his eved, v'shlimo la'asora, and then since the eved, the slave was freed, he became, he was able to be mishtatev to the minyan. He was able to add him to the minyan because it was 9. So he added him to the minyan. V'chulam. Yalidei Sham, Shemekashe Begemara, Vehechi Ovid Hochi, and they ask in the Gemara, Vehechi Ovid Hochi, and how did he do this? V'ya'omar Rabbi Yehuda, Kol HaMishcharer Abdo Over Ba'asei. Oh, how could he do such a thing to free the slave? Rabbi Yehuda says, whoever is HaMishcharer, whoever frees a slave, over Ba'asei, is over doing an avera. That's over. That's one is doing it, meaning something. He's doing something not right. Ba'asei, like a positive commandment. There's a positive commandment. Shnemar li'olam li'olam. Bohem ta'avoda. One should serve with him ta'avoda. He should li'olam, for olam, which is really not, it doesn't mean forever. Li'olam means for until Yovel, till the 49th, the 49th year, the 50th year. So olam is called until the Yovel, until the 50th year. Bohem ta'avoda. So in other words, if one is freeing the slave, one is being over, one is doing something one shouldn't do. So how can he free the slave to do this? Umeshani sham b'Gemara. It answers in the Gemara, the davar mitzvah shani. For a mitzvah, for something of a mitzvah, it's different. One can free the slave, and one is not. So even if one is being over on a say that the person contracted himself and has to be a slave, one has to, of course, deal very ethically and very good to one's. If one happens to have a servant, one has to be very good to the servant. It's a mitzvah to treat a servant very, very good and ethically. But anyway, it says here that there's a question that he's being over on a mitzvah say. So how can he do this? So it says, the Gemara explains, the davar mitzvah shiny, for a point of doing a mitzvah, it's different. One can be over. In other words, it's a mitzvah now to, at that point, to daven with the minyan. So for